Man, I don't completely hate my hair, but this probably just goes to show with like my complete shit and taste and things. Anywho, that's besides the point. So recently, I have been having a midlife crisis in the way of a. Well, it's not really a midlife crisis. It's more. I'm just having a crisis of thought, you could say, as I am supposed to be pretentious and above thinking I have shit taste. I've come to realize I might just have shit taste in games. Why don't I like the things that are popular? Why don't I like The Last of Us? Why don't I like Uncharted? Why don't I like the shit from Naughty Dog? Mario, The Legend of Zelda? Like, why do I like weeaboo stuff? That's the question that I've had recently. And it's just been nagging right at the back of my freaking mind. So let's hop right into this. This is completely unscripted, and I've just been kind of thinking. So in the truest sense of the word, this is a Puck Ponders. Today I ponder my shit tasting games. Really to understand this, I just kind of need to focus on the really big popular things that people really enjoy, and I guess kind of dissect why I don't enjoy those things. So, platformers. I don't think it's any big secret. I don't like platformers. I don't like Mario. I don't like Banjo-Kazooie. I do enjoy Conquer, but the only reason is because of the humor. The only platformer that I've actually ever completed in my life, or not even completed, just finished the main freaking story, is Psychonauts. And that was because I kind of was able to play it for homework, and I had a lot of fun doing that too. I enjoyed the Tim Burton-esque world. I'm probably going to pick up the second one, and that will become the second 3D platformer I finished. Now, as far as 2D platformers go, a huge amount of skill in that too. While also 3D platformers. And I understand why people enjoy these games. There's a lot of free-flowing movement in things of that nature, but I don't find the collectathon that enthralling in the form of expression through gameplay isn't my cup of tea. I respect the video game donkeys and people that enjoy Super Meat Boy and all those likes. But it's not my cup of tea. And it's hard for me, I guess, to really wrap my head around why people enjoy these games that I don't find them engaging at all. But I guess that's really with everybody, because I can go say, oh yeah, I really love most of the Kingdom Hearts series, and the Persona games are my favorite games of all time. And hell, even within the Megami Tensei community, that's an odd thing on the outside, because people that are hardcore into the SMT community, so the actual SMT games, Digital Devil Saga, Persona, they think that Persona's for casual babies who just like to be a weeaboo. And you know what? That's fair. I get that perspective completely. It's kind of in a way, that's one of my views on Disgaea. Which I feel like is mostly about hitting big numbers, and it doesn't really capture the strategy RPG essence and really make you think as much as I think it should. But I've not sunk a lot of time into Disgaea, so don't hold me to that. I've only put a few hours into Disgaea 4 on my Vita because it was a SRPG, and I was like, I really want to play one that's not Tactics or Fire Emblem, so let's pick this up, give it a go. And it wasn't like those. So I was a little disappointed. Now, that's another thing. So we've touched on, platformers, SRPGs, Legend of Zelda next. Here we go. This is the big one. I hate this series to its core. It is, in my opinion, the most overrated thing in the world. It is a formulaic dungeon puzzler. Something to note about me, I hate puzzles. I will be the first mofo to open up a puzzle while I'm playing a Tales game, or a puzzle guide while I'm playing a Tales game. Zero thoughts. I remember playing Final Fantasy X as a child and handing the controller over to my younger sister because my brain, I got a dumb brain and I couldn't figure out a simple orb puzzle. I do it, and as an adult, when I played that through again, I felt real dumb that my child self couldn't use brain. I don't like puzzles, and a huge thing that's a part of The Legend of Zelda is puzzles, and that already compounds upon frustrating things for me. And a great example would be Breath of the Wild. That game, to me, doesn't seem like an open world exploration combat game. It is, in my opinion, an open world puzzle game. Because most of the time that you're going through it, you're going to every shrine you can and all that stuff, and that's where the fun is in the game. And for most people, I would imagine. You start from point A, you go to Shrine B, then you go from Shrine B after you solve Shrine B to Shrine C, you get some Korok seeds here and there, whatever. And most of the game, from my understanding, you're gonna be doing puzzles. Or walking from point A to point B to get to another puzzle. The things that I respect about that game are the amount of freeness that you have with the combat. You can look at some of the stuff that Donkey does in his video where he's just having a ball, and I'm like, yeah, that looks fun. I get it. On the other hand, I see people solving puzzles with gyro controls, and I'm just like, that's not my cup of tea. I'm good. I'm backing away from that. And great example is every single water temple in Legend of Zelda up until this point has been a pain in the ass with annoying puzzles that you gotta diagram out and figure things out. And that's what I guess is the most frustrating thing to me about The Legend of Zelda. It is called one of the greatest adventure games of all time, while not really being an adventure game, in my opinion. Speaking of adventure games, the Uncharted movies and the Last of Us movie, because those aren't games; those are movies. That's film. That's a facade of a video game. And it's almost hypocritical of me to say this. This is another thing that made me think that I have poor taste in games, because I'm like, I'm a hypocrite on this end. But then again, am I really? If I enjoy something like The Wolf Among Us or The Walking Dead Season 1 and 2 or whatever, or Until Dawn or David Cage games, whatever, but then I think to myself, those aren't pretending to be games, really. They are very upfront that they are more of a choose your own adventure style thing with quick time events that are trying to be more like a film or a TV show, whereas in my opinion, games like Cammy, please stop that. Goodness, I'm trying to rant here. I think those games are tied together by extremely weak gameplay, push up to climb up, do crappy puzzle with bad third-person shooting. Great, that's fun. And then in freaking Last of Us, you have crappy stealth gameplay with crafting mechanics. Woo, that's my favorite. Alright, well, that's my rant done for now. But just kind of let me know what you think, I guess. Alright, thank you.
Is that a subscription?